Leo's disastrous morning. Leo woke up at dawn. The sun was just starting to rise, but he already felt miserable. He realized that he had nodded off in his armchair the night before instead of going to bed. His neck was sore, and he was very tired. He looked over at the fireplace. He was worried because he had forgotten to put out the fire properly before he fell asleep. He grabbed a heavy metal poker to stir the ashes. A small spark had fallen onto the floor, and it had scorched a tiny hole in his favorite rug. Leo was always a bit clumsy in the morning. He struggled to get his clothes on because he was in such a hurry. When he finally looked in the mirror, he realized he had put his blue shirt on inside out. The seams and the tag were showing for everyone to see. In the bathroom, Leo tried to style his hair. He hadn't used his old hairdryer for many months. When he turned it on, a giant cloud of gray dust blew directly into his face. He had to quickly rinse his eyes with cold water to see again. Leo went outside to get his bicycle, but he stopped in surprise. He found out that a sharp nail had caused a puncture in the front tire. He hadn't noticed it when he came home the night before. Now he had to walk to his appointment. It started pouring rain as soon as Leo left the house. He had put on his yellow Wellington boots, which was a good idea. However, he stepped into a very deep puddle. He hadn't realized how deep the water was, and a big splash soaked his trousers. Leo finally arrived at the barber shop. Silas, the barber, was waiting for him at the door. Silas was completely bald and had a very shiny head. "You are very late, Leo," Silas said. Leo realized he had forgotten that the clocks had changed that morning. Leo sat down and Silas began to work. While Silas trimmed Leo's hair, he used a long broom to sweep the floor. Leo felt bad because he had brought so much mud into the shop. He watched Silas sweep the messy floor around his chair. Suddenly, they heard a very loud siren outside. A bright red fire brigade truck stopped right in front of the shop. Arthur, a tall firefighter in a heavy uniform, ran toward Leo. "Is everything okay?" Arthur asked. Leo's neighbor had called them because they had seen smoke coming from Leo's house. Arthur explained that the small fire in the rug had started to smoke again. He had used a fire extinguisher to put it out completely. Leo sighed with relief. He was glad the fire brigade had arrived. It had been a disastrous morning, but he was safe